stream. Oh! What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Trailer Park Live right here on the 2nd Street Marble, where we're coming at you live every single Friday night at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if you are one of the Myrtle Maniacs, I know you've already hit that like button. And if you are a first-time viewer, thank you so much for being here as well. Make sure that you smash that like button on your way in. Now, if this is your first time here, what I typically do is I get in and I start off the show talking about some of the comic books that I have pulled and have read for the week, and then I get in and interact with you all as we talk about some of the other things that have kind of happened throughout the week. And oh, what a week it's been, and maybe we'll get into some of that. So starting off no different than we do any other week, let's get right into some of the comic books that I have read this week, starting off with Image Comics. We'll go ahead and start there, okay? We've got crossover issue number 3 being written by Donny Cates. It's got art by Jeff Shaw. D. Kniff is on the colors, and we've also got John J. Hill on letters and design. You can see those names right there. And I gotta tell you, like, I'm not a big Donny Cates fan anyway, and this book right here, it's not, I don't know, there's nothing really to write home about. Like, it's okay, I mean, I guess, I mean, it's, I don't know, it seems like it's one of those books that's kind of taking off and it's a slow burn at first, and maybe it's eventually going to get into some stuff, but so far in 3 issues, they have failed to get me to really want to keep reading this book. I'm probably going to go through about issue number 5, and that'll probably be about it, because I'm telling you, like, to me, the art in this book is, it's okay. Here, I guess I can show you some of the art. The art here, I mean, it's okay. It's not terrible. It's not bad. But the story is, you know, as far as I know, it's an ongoing series, and I feel like they're just stringing me along here already in issue number 3. Like, it's like, okay, like, we're just gonna take you one little step at a time through this journey, and I don't know. I guess we'll decide in the next couple of issues, which is like another book that came out this week on Image Comics, which was Firepower issue number 7. I didn't buy it. I didn't probably, I don't know, I might review it here on the channel maybe later this week or something, but altogether, like, Firepower, like, it was okay. You know, I read the Prelude, which was volume 1, then I read you know, basically volume 2 in the single issues, and I don't know, it was all right. I mean, Image Comics does have some books that they put out, but altogether, like, some of these I just not really into. I'll tell you one thing though. A couple of weeks ago, if you guys were here, I was talking about that I did pick up volume 1 of Ice Cream Man. And I really enjoy the Ice Cream Man series, and I jumped in on issue number 12, I believe, on this series. So I hadn't ever read any of these first issues. I used to think, like, oh, there's no, like, these are all really a bunch of, like, one-shot issues that don't really tie into anything. You don't have to read every single one of these issues. And I do still stand behind that, but getting in here and reading these first few volumes, you can see that there is actually something a little more going on here. And so I actually even ended up picking up these 2 this week as well. I got volume 2, and I just picked up volume 3 today as well, because these books are really good. Now, the thing is about the Ice Cream Man series is you get in here and you start reading them, and, like, it's kind of like a horror book, but it's not even, like, necessarily that it's so, like, scary or so much, like, gory or anything. It's like sometimes I get done reading them and I just feel weird. You know what I mean? You just feel creeped out. Like, you know, and check that out. Some of the art in here. Some of the art that you get here by Martin Morazzo. And just really good stuff. Chris O'Halloran does the colors here as well. W. Maxwell Prince writes this series. It's just, and it's good stuff, man. It's got, like, this very first, this is what is it, volume 2? There's really good stuff here. If you like a good, it's got some gory stuff in there as well. It's got, like, monsters. It's got, like, it's got a variety of different things they have done throughout this series. And I'm telling you, these are very good. And the thing is like, these issues, the single issues of Ice Cream Man, they only cost $3.99 when they come out. These books are $16.99. There are only 4 books in each one. So you're paying for more, you know, for the same amount of book, a couple of dollars more, you know what I mean? A little over $1 more. So, I don't know. The thing is, like, the series is so good, I really like it. And plus, you're probably not going to find a whole lot of the back issues on these anyway. At least not without paying a pretty penny for them. Because this series has been selling, and as I'm not sure how, I'm not a collector, so I don't know how values are on them or anything, but I can tell you one thing is, at my LCS, they told me that nobody who puts this on their pull list has taken it off. So it's that good of a series. But moving on into IDW Comics, right here we got Dungeons and Dragons at the Spine of the World issue number 3, and I think this book it's pretty good. It's not bad. It's a 4-issue miniseries. It's being written by Amy Garcia and AJ Mendez. Amy Garcia, she's an actress. She's in some TV shows and stuff. You've probably seen her out there. IDW actually just did a video the other day interviewing Amy Garcia and AJ Mendez. AJ Mendez, she used to be she used to be a wrestler. And it's got art by Martin Coccolo and colors by Katrina Mayhow and letters by Neil Utaki. Here's, you can check all those names out here. I think this book is pretty decent. It's not bad. I mean, we've got these people out on an adventure going out to try to get this this kid to this town because he can probably help save the landscape, because in Icewind Dale the winter isn't ending, the seasons aren't changing, and there's just kind of some stuff going on, and you know, it's magic and all that. It's Dungeons and Dragons type shit, man. Okay, God, man, I'm not nerdy enough to know about it, but you know who is? I got a friend, Jason from Polyhedral Paradise. Maybe after the 4th issue comes out here, I'm gonna reach out to him and maybe bring him here on the channel. We'll talk about these issues and how they are, because this 3rd one actually got into a little bit more of like different kind of lore kind of stuff, or just different stuff that I noticed. Like, I'm like, oh, okay, like I'm starting, or maybe I'm just starting to get it now. Maybe that's what it is. I'm just starting to get it now. But altogether, I thought it's a pretty decent series so far. You know, obviously, you can see some of the art here dealing with, you know, it's a fantasy book, you know, dealing with, you know, Dungeons and Dragons and all that shit. Yeah, it's a pretty good series. Pretty good series in here. Now the next ones I wanna talk about here. Oh, where are we at? Is on Aftershock Comics. We've got Knock 'em Dead issue number 2. I think this book is good. Elliot Rawl, this is kind of a personal story to him, telling the story about this guy who is going out and trying to be a stand-up comedian. He's living with his sister. You know, he's not like completely like a bum and a deadbeat or anything like that, but you know, maybe he's, you know, I don't know. They lost their parents, and you know, maybe he's a little too old to be sitting, you know, at home living with his sister and kind of mooching off of her, but you know, hey, he's doing his own thing, and we can see here he's pursuing his dreams to go out and be a stand-up comedian. Now, I thought this series so far has been pretty good in 2 issues. I can't wait to check this one out and see how it finishes out, because Elliot Rawl, I don't know, I've read several books by him, and I don't know, he's got some pretty good books that I've read, like this one right here. He's also done, he's doing Bleed Them Dry over on Vault Comics. He also did Cult Classic Creature Feature on Vault Comics as well. It was a very good one. Thank you. Anyway, moving on, the next one we've got here is, what is it? Scout's Honor, issue number 1. Now, this one right here, I thought this book was actually pretty good. It's about all these guys, basically, it's a post-apocalyptic tale, and all these people have been living in this underground bunker for years, and they finally got the signal that the radiation levels have gone down to a safe enough point, and it's been hundreds of years. And they're deciding to come out into the world to live again. And they get out, and we see that they're actually been living their life and modeling their life around this Ranger Scout manual. You can see right there, this Ranger Scout manual. And that's what their principles are. And basically everybody, all the characters in this book that we meet are all males. They're all boys, men and young boys, you know, just varying in age. In this thing, and they're all kind of living their life by these, you know, basically like the Boy Scouts. But here, I'm gonna tell you guys, this one isn't for everybody. Not everybody's gonna like this. Some people are just, oh, it's woke. Because, of course, naturally, you know, what's our main character? She's in the boys club, you know what I'm saying? We've got the Boy Scouts of America allowing girls in now. Oh my God. Oh man. But yeah, so we see that the main character here, she's obviously kicking ass. She's pretty good with her bow and arrow. She's good at hunting. She's collecting all, she's pretty much collected all of the badges that the Ranger Scouts can go after, that they strive for. She's one of the better ones there is. You know, she's got the skills. They haven't really said that she's a Mary Sue, but we see just through some of the interactions here, it was all kind of like, when I was reading it, I'm kind of like, I kind of feel like this character is going to be a girl. It's going to be a girl, and you know what? It was. So yeah, I don't know. What are they trying to make us feel better about those girls in the Boy Scouts or what? What's the next one? Are we gonna get Boys and the Brownies? Is that what's next? Are we going Boys and the Brownies? I don't know. But altogether, I thought the book itself was actually a pretty good read. The art in the book is pretty decent as well. I'll show you. Let me see if I can even. I'll show you. You know, where you get the big reveal, and you know, like I don't know. I guess the foreshadowing was just kind of maybe it was too good, or maybe just or too bad. But you know, like see, yeah. But anyway, I thought otherwise the book was actually pretty decent read. Then obviously on AWA Upshot, we've got the Resistance Reborns. I thought this book was a good one. Again, I've talked about this series and everything they've been doing over there at AWA Upshot. Very good stuff. But I also, in case you guys didn't hear me earlier this this morning on the live stream, I actually went out to the other local comic book shop. Ooh. No, I went to the other local comic book shop, and they actually had these AWA Upshot books there on the trade paperback format. So I went ahead and picked them up. I got Hotel and Red Border volumes 1 on these, and these are two of my favorites from AWA Upshot. They're only $9.99 for a trade paperback, and hey, look, you know, it's not too bad. Hey, you can't beat that. And plus, they're some of my favorite series, and now I don't have to touch the single issues now, right? Can make sure that they're, I don't know if they're high grade or anything. I don't do all that. But anyway, guys, probably my favorite book that I read this week. I know, and you're going to say something. I know some son of a bitch out there is going to say something like, oh, you like this little kid's book? From Boom Studios on their Boombox imprint, The Last Witch. I thought this book was really good. The introduction of these characters, getting thrust into this story, everything happening in here. It's a fantasy tale, obviously. It was really good. I love the art in this book. The story that was told was really great. I kind of really feel the emotion out of these characters as well, just through the art. We can see like the characters, her dad here. She's a little upset. Some very good stuff here, and then like here we got like it's great too because they're going out on this little this adventure, and she takes her little brother. She has to take her little brother with her, and they're just like they get so much like kind of emotion and everything conveyed a lot through this book and some of the art. And I'm telling you, I really enjoyed this book way more than I thought I was going to. This book is really good. Definitely, you know, if you got a few bucks to spare to go out and read a good book, you want something that your kids can read too and you can enjoy as well, definitely check out The Last Witch. Like I said, I'm surprised I liked this one. I didn't think I was gonna like. I remember put it on order and everything. I was like, yeah, we'll see how it is. I mean, it says it's for kids, like, you know, younger audiences. It doesn't say that it's a YA tale necessarily, but we can see here, this is a very good book. I really do enjoy this series. Now, I also, while I was there at that other, I picked this up today at my LCS because I've been wanting to pick this up, the trade paperback of Once and Future Volume 1. I'll probably pick up Volume 2 eventually as well. You know, a few weeks ago, I ended up picking up Volume 1. So, you know, I like these ones, and plus these are nice books. These Boom Studios books are just very nice. And while I was at that other comic shop, I ended up picking these up right here as well. I still want to find the Virgin variant on this, man. I'm telling you, I love this book. I Walk with Monsters. But that's all I have for the comic books this week, guys. All very good books this week. Nothing really bad. I don't really have any complaints out of any of the titles this week. But I'm going to go ahead and we'll get inside and we'll get in with the rest of the show. Thank you all so much for being here. And guys, if there's anything you guys want to talk about, let me know down in the comments below and we'll go ahead and get into some of that. There we go. We should be good now. That's what I was just saying. I was like, everything's going too perfect today. something's got to be going wrong. And as soon as I switched it, I'm like, something's going on. And yeah, sure enough, my 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 recorder wasn't on here for where I got my microphone and everything plugged in through. But how are you all doing tonight? I hope you're all having a very good night tonight. Let me know down in the comments below how you're all doing. I see we got a bunch of the usual suspects here. We got my man ReeferMan Reviews. Wayne, how are you doing, my brother? We got LB from the Lonely Banter. Guys, I'm going to be over on LB's channel. I know we're recording tomorrow, and so I think he's doing an edited video, so it'll be cool. Make sure you guys show up for that. Going to be going on there and talking about some I believe some MCU stuff, some WandaVision. It'll be a good time. We also got Random Brad Creator here, as well as XR Coon, Yova Rodz. How are you doing, my brother? Got Landon TLB. ReeferMan Reviews says, finally reading Piecemeal by Cullen Bunn, y'all. A one-shot by Aftershock. Sick. Yeah, that's that oversized one. I got, yeah, that one came out. God, what was that, beginning of December, maybe? Yeah, it was a good one. I liked it. I don't think it was in November. Yeah, it was a good one. I really did like that one. I did like that one. Two Gun Pedro is in the house. How are you doing? I hope all is well. Yova Rodz says, Dragon Ball? Absolutely. Hell yeah. Love the Dragon Ball stuff. Crossover sounds better as a trade. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we'll see. Like 3 issues in, I'm kind of like, like even like issue number 3 on Chip Zdarsky's Stillwater got me like, okay, like this is a good series. I really like this one now. And then issue number 4 was really good as well. This one, like after like 3 issues, I'm kind of like, I feel like I suckered myself into 3 issues here. I suckered myself into 3 issues. Yeah, I'm not really into it. XR Coon, thank you so much for being here. Louis the 13th says, what's up? How are you doing? I hope all is well. Let's see, who else we got here? Park Outdoors. Yeah, and Mike Porter, yeah, everybody's streaming tonight. You got After Dark. Jason, yeah, Jason's doing his 24-hour stream. Nerdette. Oh, I didn't know Nerdette was live. All right. Yeah, Everyday Geeks. Okay, which one's Everyday Geeks? Which one's Everyday Geeks? That's not, who is that one? Everyday Geeks. That's not what's their names, is it? Like with Cap and all them? That's not Cap and them, is it? Is it? I don't think it is. I don't think it is. Yeah. God to have you here, Mike. Yeah. Yeah. You in Lancaster? Yeah. Have family in Quartz Hill. Oh, nice. Yeah. Absolutely. Like I'm basically like it's all the same thing. Like Quartz Hill is like I basically live in Quartz Hill. Yeah, I basically live in Quartz Hill, pretty much. Like that's, yeah. I'm right there. Yeah, exactly. Because like the Quartz Hill High School, it's like right down the road from my house. You know, not very far. Like I could probably, well, okay, maybe not run there in 5 minutes. It might take me a little bit longer than that. I could definitely ride my bike there in 5 minutes. Yeah. Maybe 6. Yeah, God status. ReeferMan says, God is a 3-titty gender fluid alien. Yeah, it must be like that one in from Total Recall. I think that's who you're talking about there. Yeah, Jesus mother flipping Porter. We got my man Snowdub, music and entertainment. Jenner check. What is up, my brother? I hope all is well with you, man. Been lurking in on some of the stuff you've been doing, man. I hope all is well. One of these days I need to break my little puppet out. Get him on your show again. Yeah. Yeah, went from Abraham Lincoln to Lex Luthor. Yeah. Uh-oh. Yeah. Tim Turner. What? Tim Turner what? Who's Tim Turner? Tim Turner. Bruce and Stephanie Comics, how are you doing? I was actually just over lurking in your stream for most of it. Like, I was actually late because I was sitting here making a thumbnail, listening to you guys' stream. And if you guys haven't already checked out Bruce and Stephanie Comics, go over there and check them out. They go live at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time every single Friday night. So, like, an hour before when I start at 8, when I start exactly at 8, They go an hour ahead, and they usually go about an hour, a little over sometimes, you know, just kind of depending on. But yeah, you should make sure that you go check them out, man. It's always fun. Like like since we're here, and you guys are here, listening, watching, I want you to know something. I'm mad at you still. I'm not gonna forget how you ditched us all for like what 2-3 weeks. Just left us with no comics and beer on Friday nights. Nope, didn't give us anything. Yeah, it was boring leading up to my streams. You know that? Nah, it wasn't. Well, it was. We missed you. Glad you're back. Missed it. So yeah, guys, make sure you go check them out. Everyday Geeks is Timmy Turner. Oh, Stormy and Burke. Oh, okay, Timmy. Who? I'm not sure if I know Timmy Turner. I do know Stormy and Burke. Oh, I thought who wasn't Cap going to be doing a channel with somebody as well? Oh yeah, no, you don't have to be sorry. Don't be sorry. I'm just giving you a hard time. Yeah, you're back. You're back. Hey, but I heard you guys say that like the time away was actually good for your channel and like your algorithm and stuff. Like you gained a lot of subscribers in that time. Hey, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. You know what? I got to sit down. I got to sit down and do my top 10 list for the year. I know like everybody always does them before the end of the year, but there was a couple of comic books in those last couple of weeks of the year. I'm like, no. I can't. I got to wait. I got to wait and do that. Yeah, Trinley has to sniff a beer to catch. Oh, don't you start, Adam. Don't you start. Adam drinks what I pee out normally. Like that's like the alcohol level, the stuff he drinks. He drinks like those. Yeah, but anyway, it doesn't matter what he drinks because he's got a kick-ass show that you definitely have to go check out on the Debate 8s, man. Hey, and Adam, we missed you. We missed you this week too, but it's all good. We're gonna check you out next week for Pixar. That's gonna be great, man. It's gonna be a good time. And speaking of which, guys, Mike Porter with a $4.99 or $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Mike Porter, my favorite Porter. Thank you so much. So generous, man. I greatly appreciate that. Fanjecture says, Trigger! You're the man, Mike Porter. Already a generous supporter of the channel. One of the Myrtle Maniacs. You're the man, Mike Porter. I appreciate that. I greatly appreciate that. But yeah, and you're very welcome, Mike. And thank you for being here. And speaking of which, guys, I think what I said we're going to do is... I'm gonna figure out how to do it between now and next week. What we're gonna do is I'm going to maybe do for the morning live streams when we sit there and we talk about WandaVision. I was thinking maybe we could do, I don't know, maybe community streams or something about them as well. Just get a few people in to talk about those, maybe on the weekend or something. But I'm gonna do a giveaway at the end of the WandaVision season, and basically you're gonna have to be at those live streams to get entered into those giveaways. So, but I'm doing a giveaway for a trade paperback of a comic book. Yeah, it's gonna be Black Widow, No Restraints Play. Who'd have thought, right? Who'd have thought that I was going to give away Black Widow No Restraints Play? I wouldn't have thought about that. But anyway, so I think I'm going to do that. But then I actually thought of something else that I want to maybe give away, do a giveaway on as well. And all of these things sponsored by the Myrtle Maniacs, the channel members. That's right. That is right. So yeah, guys, let's get in here. See. No, not Pixar. That got pushed back a week. Wednesday is... Oh, this Wednesday is Stoner. Okay. So, did everything get pushed back? Like, okay, I thought it was... Oh, all right. Hey, either way, cool. All right. Stoner comedies. All right. Stoner comedies. That's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. I wouldn't know nothing about that. Big Lebowski. Dazed and Confused. Pineapple Express, Half Baked, Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle, Grandma's Boy, Super Troopers, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Woo! All right, so I'm guessing. Man, I don't know. You know what? I really need to get into I really need to get in more active on Discord, and especially in your server, and get in on some of those. You know what? And that's the thing, is like, you know what? I don't even really care about the seedings. I'm like, I get on there and I want to bust your balls about them, but that's just because I want to bust your balls. But because I don't really care about the seeding, I just care about the getting in there and the voting, especially on this one as well. Because I was sitting there like, oh, well, Big Lebowski's obviously going to be first seed. But then I'm sitting there like, I don't know. You got Grandma's Boy on there, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, which I would argue isn't as good as probably as good as Grandma's Boy or Big Lebowski. I don't know. Maybe Grandma's Boy's got some competition with, but yeah, Dazed and Confused is a classic. Pineapple Express, yeah, absolutely a great one. Half Baked. I'm not getting into some of these stories, but yeah. Super Troopers. That's last seed. That's that'll go right up against one of the good ones at the very beginning. Harold and Kumar. I do like that one though. I like all those except for Super Troopers. Like, to me, Super Troopers, I can't. I think I made it like 15 minutes into the movie. It was just a little bit past when the cops pulled over them kids towards the beginning of the movie. The right meow thing, that already, like, it just, and for me it's the broken lizard. I just don't really like. I'm just not really into those guys. A lot of people love them guys though. A lot of people love them. That's the order of the seating. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Or is that the order of the competition it's going in? Oh no, that's the okay. All right, so we're going. All right. Wow. So Big Lebowski's going up against Jay and Silent Bob right off the bat. Man, why y'all gotta do that to me? Maybe I do need to get in there. Maybe I do need to get in there and start doing some voting. Oh man, it's just not funny. Okay, I'm glad it's not only me, because I'm telling you, like, I try to watch those movies and it's like they're not. It's like it's not even funny. It's not even. It just falls off a cliff, right? Yeah, and to me, it's the thing is like I've seen several of their movies, and I think there's one of them is actually pretty decent, and then the rest of them, like even like Beer Fest, like I like that movie. I got like almost all the way through it. It almost made it to the end. I was like, oh, they almost got the whole movie, and it was like somewhere right there at the end. Like it just like I was like, oh, and it just like I was like, no, like you had the ball and you dropped it. You know, you took that shot. You took the game-winning shot, and you lost it. You lost it. You weren't like Robbie Gold was back in the early 2000s, man. He was gold. Yeah. That's rough. That's rough. So how are you all doing tonight? How's everything? How's everybody feeling tonight? I know there's a lot of stuff going on out there. I know a lot of people have been paying a whole lot of attention to that. You know me, man. I don't really get into all of that stuff, but you know, seeing all of that stuff going on out there in the world, you know, it just makes me, you know, it makes me thankful that I live somewhere where, for the most part, a bunch of sane people live at. People who are reasonable and don't do a lot of these things. And believe me when I say there's a whole lot of people who do a lot of unreasonable things in our community, but not things like this. So hey, I guess as bad as it is where I live at, everybody pretends it's so bad. It's really not that bad, because I'm seeing some of this shit out there. I'm like, well, it's glad it's not in my backyard. Yeah. Beer Fest was okay. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like I said, it got like, I think I got like 3/4 of the way through. I was like, oh, and then they lost it. Oh, they lost it. Yeah, they lost it. The Great Council, Daddy, how are you doing? What's up, my man? Says, look how fresh. Yeah, man. I just shaved this morning. Matter of fact, just shaved this morning. You know what's funny is I shaved this morning. I was shaving. I was hopping out of the shower. I was like, okay, I better make sure to touch it up and everything before I head out. And I completely forgot. And like I was out working. I was like, oh my god, dude, I forgot to like touch it up. Because you know what happens is when you don't touch it up and make sure once you get out of the shower, sometimes you'll have like a big old streak running down the back of your neck, or like, you know, you forgot to get around the ears really good or something, and it ended up good. It ended up being all good. Yeah. I thought Beer Fest was just okay. Yeah, it was just, yeah. Like I said, I got most of the way through. Like, they almost got to, like, the game-winning shot. The game-winning shot. Yeah. Yeah, let's forget about it. Let's move on. Yeah, I know. And that's the thing is, like, I don't know. There really kind of is no forgetting about it, and there really is no, I don't know. I mean, there's obviously moving on. That's what we got to do. That's what we do. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's just you know what? It's some fucked up shit. That's what it is. It's some fucked up shit. And then the thing is, like, my viewpoints on it are probably different than a lot of people's. Like my mom. She's a Republican. And you know, I'm not. And no, I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a lefty or any of that stuff. Just, you know. So sometimes when it gets into that kinds of stuff, like, I'm like, wow, I see it different than you are. So like, we probably shouldn't go there because, like, I don't, you know, some of this stuff is, you know, you know, you get it, politic kind of stuff. And so, yeah, I don't know, but I think for the most part, anybody reasonable could look at everything going on and be like, this isn't right. You know, this isn't right. Um, yeah, it's not good. It's not good. Random Bread Creator says, I'm good as all is well down here in Oz for the moment. All right, good deal. But you guys are on lockdown though, right? You guys got to be at home. Can't really do anything. You're stuck at home, if I'm not mistaken. But hey, you know, it could be worse. I mean, that's, you know, things are supposed to be on lockdown here in California where I live at, but you go out, like, it's it's all you would know it. You would know it. Now, like, when I go out places, you know, because most of the time I go to places, I'm busy, I'm working, so, you know, so I wear a mask. I'm not scared of getting, like, sick or any of that or all that bullshit, but, like, I'm not an idiot neither. I'm not gonna go walking into some of these places and fucking, you know. But I also, like I've said before, when I go to places and I talk to people, I don't get in their face and I'm sitting like, hey guys, I don't know. So that, I mean, that's some of the stuff that kind of gets me. But, you know, like, I also, the thing is, like, I do a lot of that stuff too because a lot of the places I go to while I'm working, I don't want them to think that I'm trying to put them at risk or nothing either. You know what I mean? So hey. Because I realize a lot of people have different feelings about all this shit, and I'm like, hey, you know, whatever. Put the mask on. Plus, I can't afford to get sick. Shit. You know what I mean? I can't afford to get sick and not be going to work, or, you know, not be getting my workouts in or anything like that. Like, I don't have time for all that. I don't have time for all that. I got shit to do. I got shit to do. I don't have time. I don't have time for getting sick. So hey, just like anybody else, I make sure that I take precautions to make sure I don't get there, man. You know, you got to. You got to. Definitely not good. Definitely not right. Yeah, definitely not. And here's the thing: is like, yeah, it's definitely not good. It's definitely not right. Now, I will say, things could have been a lot worse. You know, things could have been a lot worse. Um, Yeah, and that's where it really ends at. Aggressively relaxing. How are you doing? Says, I own a glass boot and I've been able to chug it all at once. Nice. But you got it right. You got it the one time. Did you do the tilt? Did you do the tilt thing? You got to tilt it just right. Otherwise, the air. You know, you got to tilt it just right. Only border lockdown here. Free to go out about my normal day for the moment. Only wear a mask when going to shopping center. Mind you, I could go to a bar. Don't need a mask. Oh, okay. Okay. Ah, you get to go to. Okay, so like you're kind of relatively open, just like you're border. Okay, just border lockdown. Oh, yeah, that's not so bad. That's not so bad, and and that's kind of how a lot of people are treating it here. You know what I mean? And the thing is, like, um, where we live as cases are rising and all that shit too. And the thing is, like, it comes down to anything. If you know, like, if I'm like, okay, here for instance, a couple of weeks ago, went to my local comic book shop on Tuesday to help do the bagging and boarding and everything. And that day, I was like, my throat was feeling a little dry. I felt a little phlegmy. So, and when I go there, I'm not normally wearing a mask. They're not worried about it either. They're not like, hey, they're not that worried about it. But I was feeling a little phlegmy, so you know what? I'm like, dude, I don't want any chance any of these guys getting sick. I went in there, I had on my, well, I don't wear a mask. I got a bandana. I like to look like I'm gonna rob the fucking place. And that's what I do when I go into places. I walk into places, I go, put them in the air. Take a look at my nuts, because that's what it's. Anyway, yeah. Uh, but yeah, cool, man, cool. Um, it sucked, Mike. We kept it at the bar I worked at, and when people would want to try it out, you would end up babysitting the boot. Oh man, no, that's not good. That's not good. By the way, guys, if you're not already subscribed to Aggressively Relaxing, you got to go check out his channel. And I'm telling you, Aggressively Relaxing, dude, you have to do some more on camera shit, dude. You gotta put that money maker to work, son. Yeah, put that shit to work. Plus it was just, yeah, I mean, just good shit, man. Guys, just definitely go check out Aggressively Relaxing. Mike Porter says Georgia is open. Wear a mask, social distance, and you're good. Yeah, okay. See, and that's not so bad. That's good. Um, and here, like, right now, I think is the point of the year where we're just like our days are starting to get longer. So hopefully cases should be starting to go down and all that stuff, because it's already been getting warmer here during the days, because the shortest day of the year was, on the beginning of winter, which was December 21st, was the shortest day of the year. And I know that because, like, even like in the morning times now, the sun's starting to come up now, where like, and like I was noticing just the other day too, like I was like, man, it feels like it's been a long day. But it's because our days, it's been getting dark here. Like, by 5 p.m. it's dark, and normally here, like, it'd be dark, or it'd be light until at least 7. So yeah, just seasons, man. But yeah, that's cool. That's cool. And really, I mean, Mike, like where you're at, Mike, it's probably like how it should be anyway. Really, ultimately, the worst thing is like it's because sick people go out there and they don't give a shit about getting anybody. They just fuck it. You know what I mean? And that's the thing, is like, I know, like it doesn't help neither. Like a lot of like work environments, except for maybe right now. But I know, like, when I used to work at Walmart, like you call in sick, like people wouldn't even like call in sick. They'd just go into work sick, like coughing and hacking up and fucking wheezing and shit. It's just like, you know why? Because they only give you so many sick days, and if you call, and like, even if you go to the doctor and like, hey, I'm fucking sick, like you want me to go to the doctor for fucking sore throat, and like like you want me to, like, some of that kind of shit, like, so you got people in there, and I'm just like this person should be at work. What are you doing? Like, why don't you call in? Like, I cannot have any sick days. I'm like, that's fucking ridiculous. You know what I mean? So basically, what happens is you get all these people who go into work fucking sick anyway. I remember one time I walked into the El Pollo Loco here down the road. I went into the El Pollo Loco, and I can't remember. Oh man, there was something. There was some sort of something that was going on. And well, anyway, but I walked in there, and there's the employee there that was behind the counter, taking orders and everything. And this has been a few years ago. This has been a few years ago. But the person behind the counter go to take my order, and they're sitting there, and they're sitting there like you could tell they were sick. They're sitting there coughing, coughing, and they're sitting there handling money and food and all this shit. And I'm like, what the hell? And I said something. I said something to the manager, and the manager is basically like, "Give a fuck." You know, they didn't say that, but they're like, "Yeah, okay." So I was like, "Okay." And yeah, I seriously like I got on the like and called the fucking health department and all that bullshit, and I got on and called their corporate warehouse, their corporate number as well. And I'm like, hey man, like seriously, you got somebody like you guys serve fucking food here, and you got somebody who's coughing and sneezing and everything all over this shit. This is a fucking problem. Like, what are you doing? You know, there's got to be a point where you got to decide like as the company like, okay, like this person's legitimately sick. We can't have this motherfucker here. You know, the only thing is it kind of sucks though as the company in that situation. Say you go into work sick when I worked at a place like Walmart. If you go into work sick and say you're there working and they send you home, if they send you home, they've got to pay you for at least 4 hours. So if you fucking show up and clock in and they decide 20 minutes in, they're like, oh, dude, you can't be here. You got to go home. They got to pay you for the full 4 hours, at least half your shift. So, but that's the thing is like, it's kind of one of those things, right? It's like, dude, I'm telling you, man, it's fucked. It's fucked. Yeah. Yeah. RC Scott in the building. What is up? How are you doing? Just finished a short story, number 5. Nice. Nice. The only problem is that the numbers are going. Yeah, I was gonna say, and the thing is, like, it's winter time, so it's colder. So you know that's kind of how things happen. Just because more people get sick during that time. I mean, people are more susceptible to getting and that's really for a number of reasons. And you know, obviously, you know, germs just spread more when it's cold out. But yeah, yeah. Angus is in the house. Black Angus Reviews, guys. I was over on Black Angus's channel last weekend. Yeah, he says, "You worked at Walmart too?" Oh yeah, for years. I worked at Walmart for like 13 years. Yeah, like 13 years I worked there. Chaos and Comics Chris says, "Bring back the beard." Why, man? Oh, I know. Yeah. Because then you can see my handsome face, right? If I got all that beard and you're like, oh, look at this scruffy motherfucker, man. Oh, man, that's funny. Yeah. Whoa! Landon, how are you doing? Mike Porter says, more and more friends are getting it now. A couple weeks ago, my sister had it, and canceled Christmas with my family. Yeah, as I was saying, and that's the thing too. And here's the thing: is like it's so weird with a lot of this stuff, and that's why I said there's really no you got to take whatever precautions you can because and sometimes you can't even take any, and you'll just be fine. For instance. I was in a place just yesterday, and I was talking to some of my customers, and one of the people that had worked there before all this started, hasn't been working there as often, just kind of there off and on. Well, her sons came over for Christmas. I think it was her sons, and I want to say, was it one of their fathers maybe? Her father, or maybe her husband's father, somebody, just a small family thing. Well, it ends up like her son had been somewhere, and one of their friends had it, and they ended up getting it while they were there at the for Christmas, and so they all got it. Well, they didn't all get it, but basically everybody there, like her sons or their whole families, and everybody got it. But so this lady and her husband are there. He didn't get it. Like he didn't get it. And he they were obviously quarantined because she was sick and everything. But like they're married. He's not gonna just leave her there alone and all that bullshit. But like even though the whole time she was sick, he didn't get sick. He's kind of, you would say, you would think at risk because he's a diabetic and stuff like that as well. But he's actually been taking care of his health. He's got all of his conditions and all that kinds of stuff, his medications and all that kind of stuff under control. And I think she said that he actually got to the point where he was off his medications for for the diabetes just through eating right. So he's kind of been on the same thing. But the point, and that's not even really the point. The point being is that he's still there at risk, and he didn't even get it, and he's been there with her the whole time. So it's like, you know, like, and that's why I was talking even with my mom this morning. Like, there's no, you're going to get it, you're not going to get it. You're like, there really is. It's like any other sickness in that sense that you might get it, you might not get it. Like, I can't remember the last time. So I was telling somebody, like, I can't even remember the last time I got sick. Went to the doctor earlier this week, and they were asking, "Hey, you want your flu shot?" I'm like, "No." They're like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "No." They're like, "Why not?" I'm like, "Well, I've never got my flu shot." And they're like, "Well, you might want to. It's different this year." I don't know. It just kind of cracks me up. It's different this year. Well, it's, yeah, sure. More and more. Yeah. Okay, I just read that one. Doing all right, Trinity. This weekend will be fun. Yeah, nice. Hell yeah. Yeah, like I said, going to be over on LB's channel. I think, I'm not sure he's doing that as a stream or if he's doing it as a live video. I know he messaged me. I've been busy since I got home. I got to check that out. But yeah, it's going to be a good time. Looking forward to it. And speaking of which, guys, like I said, by this time next week, WandaVision will be here. We'll be supposedly 2 episodes in. But, there's all those rumors going around about this thing going to be like 9 episodes over 6 weeks and all of these different kinds of things. But, originally, when they've talked about the show, they said it's going to be 6 hours. They said it's going to be 6 hours of show. The WandaVision is going to be 6 hours. It's like, okay, so they, I figured, that's, 6 episodes, 1 hour. But if they're doing 9 episodes, maybe they are breaking that up, and they could be 30, a couple of 30-minute ones, and then maybe a 45-minute one, a 40-minute, something like that. And then, you get a couple half-hour ones. Maybe they're going to do something like that. Or a couple of longer ones and a couple of shorter ones. Because one of the things they've been talking about with the series is that it starts off kind of like that. All going through all the TV shows and all of that bullshit. And then it turns into a full-on MCU film, and that completely makes sense. You know why? Because it just warms you up to the idea of what they're going to be putting out there in the last of the series. So maybe like the first, who knows? Maybe like 4, and 5, 6, 7. I don't know. Because I'm thinking, maybe if the first couple of weeks they did 2 episodes, and then maybe like I don't know, maybe at another point, and they have them shorter ones. I don't know. Maybe just do front load them all. So then you got like these little half-hour episodes that give you so much to go through and look at and everything and all that kind of stuff. And it's just the warm up by the time you get to those last couple of episodes that are like 45, 50 minutes long, and you get through those. And it's just freaking mind-blowing, right? Isn't that what we want? I know. That's what I want. Yeah. Alright. But anyway, guys, let's see what else. RC Scott dropping some direct donations. I hope all is well. Hope all is going well with you, RC Scott. Doing some writing and stuff, I see. Let's see, but God, what else? WandaVision coming up next week. I don't know. What else has been going on this week? They're getting all this kinds of news of like Thrawn and all that stuff, and like I don't pay attention so much to all of that. Like just like with Star Wars, I'm just happy with waiting for the movies. I don't really need all this, but like when it gets to that time where they're all coming out, I'll get into the speculation and stuff at that point. But yeah, I'm more like WandaVision coming up right now, and then like I said, Falcon and Winter Soldier is coming up, and isn't that crazy? Because Falcon and Winter Soldier is now coming before Black Widow, right? Isn't Falcon and Winter Soldier coming in March? So if that's coming in March, and then yeah, then you got in May, you got Black Widow coming out. So I wonder they but I know at one point they said they switched up some of the storyline of Falcon and Winter Soldier because supposedly it had some of the stuff to do with like kind of like a pandemic that went out there and kind of was you know, doing shit or whatever, and with everything that was going on over 2020, they kind of changed some of the script. So you know, who knows? Maybe that was just part of the reshoots that they had to do for the show, was just for that, and some of the change ups they had to do for the script. So yeah, I don't know. The Great Council says we are going to do a WandaVision middle of the night watch parties on my channel, like we did with Mando. Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, and see, like me, like I'm gonna be fucking sleeping in the middle of the night. Even for this show, like even as much as I want to watch this, I'm like, I'll be okay sleeping, you know, and I can wake up and do my stream and talk about it. Wake up early, you know. Yeah. Only thing is, I know what's gonna happen is I'm gonna want to wake up early and watch it like 2 or 3 times before the stream. So I'm gonna have to wake up like super early, and I might as well just wake up at midnight and be awake all day. And so I'll have to go to sleep at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon so I can get my 8 hours of sleep. And it's gonna be a nightmare. It's gonna be a nightmare. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Go check out Mad Raptor Productions. Definitely. Yeah, definitely one of the Myrtle Maniacs. Wow, Trinity Slacker. I know. I got to get those clicks and views. We'll get them, dang it. I'll clickbait. Also, I'll start clickbaiting every single one of my damn videos. Every single one of them. You know what? Maybe I need to do the PS4 Pro thing. Is that a thing still? Is it PS4 Pros, or have we moved on to PS5s now? Even though you can't get a hold of them. Is that what I need to do? I just need to dangle that out there like the state, was it the State Farm? No, it wasn't the State Farm commercial. Maybe it was with the fisherman. Hey, get you with the dollar. I got you. Get him with the dollar bill. Oh man, but guys, I was just noticing. I'm not sure if you seen there in the thumbnail what I was showing. Right here, I got these right here. This big old like thick stack of like I've been, you know, since I haven't been doing like the Marvel books lately, I was like, yeah, you know, maybe I'll start getting some trades. Start getting some trade paperbacks out there. You guys seen a couple weeks ago I went and I got this one. I haven't got into reading this one yet, but I want to, because I think I'll end up buying this one and then volume 2. I might just buy all of the volumes anyway. But yeah, this Hawkman. But here's the thing. It's like I picked these up, and dude, I'm telling you, like I bought volume 1. I was like, oh, I'll get this one. Maybe the next month I'll buy volume 2, and then like now, like it's like a binge reading thing. I'm like, oh man, I can't stop. And so at least I've got all the volumes up until the single floppy issues that I have. So I have all of them I can read and catch up on. And it's great getting in and reading this too, because seeing the story, how it started and opened up, seeing that there actually is a somewhat of a storyline going on here, where when I got into it and I was reading it, it seemed like it was a bunch of one-shot issues. But man, I'm telling you, this book is great, man. Love Ice Cream Man. Yeah, gotta be quicker. Gotta be quicker. Oh, that's funny. RC Scott says, I want you to send me LB dressed. I want you to send me LB dressed as a clown. I'll put it as my avatar. Well, why don't you just do a Photoshop? Do a Photoshop. Ooh, like RC Scott knows about this one. RC Scott knows about this one. Huh. Pick that one up. Pick that one up. Did you read it already, RC Scott? What'd you think about it? What'd you think about it? I want to know. I want to know what you thought about Hotel. Next week, Burke's going to release my monologues on YouTube that I did on his 24-hour stream on New Year's Eve. Oh, nice. All right. And Mike, like I said, what we'll probably do is we'll probably have some Myrtle Maniacs community streams where we'll get any of the Myrtle Maniacs if you guys want to call in, be on video, or even just voice, talking about some of those things, some of those, some of the episodes and shit. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. So, but what did you think of it? You haven't read it yet. Ah, dude, come on, man. You gotta read this, dude. This is like good quality chip, man. Yeah, and what is it, Dalibor Talajic that does the art in here? Dude, like, I like his art. It's really good. I read on Aftershock Comics Witchhammer, same artist as the Does Hotel. Great stuff, man. I like it. I like his work. And he's done several books for AWA Upshot. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. You know, you know what's funny? I was talking about this morning. Yeah, absolutely, Mike Porter, absolutely. We'll do it. We'll do it. This book right here, man. If you like, if you guys, well, you might not be able to find the single issues. I mean, hell, at my LCS they didn't have any left. They've been selling. I didn't know how good this series has been selling. Apparently pretty good because they didn't have very many on the shelf over there. Like a couple of issues from the current series. That was about it. But the Sumerian, it's on Ablaze Comics. I got to do a review on this, dude. This book is fucking great. Like the art in this book is pretty good. The story here is really good as well. Like I was reading this, I'm like, dude, like this makes me want to go back. This makes me want to go get the Conan Conan series on Blu-ray. You know, the ones with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Because those, dude, I remember watching those movies as a kid. I always enjoyed those. But like here we see like it's great. Like Conan meets Belit, and they meet, and yeah, she like, yeah, dude, I'm telling you, she's all about it. She's all about him, man. She all dances for him and everything, and they make sweet love, and Conan is all about it. It's his lady, Belit. They spent time on the seas, going out and doing these. Ooh. I'm telling you, man. But it was great, dude. Like, and the thing is, like, I like it. The art in this book, it's not like, you can see, it's not like, you know, like, I don't know. It's just, it was good. It's really good. And like I said, the only thing is, like, there's times when it's kind of wordy. Like, it's like a lot of words to read. But in this format, like, because some of this, like, if you're getting it single issues, like, waiting like 3 months, because each one of these volumes seems like they're 3 issues. If you're waiting each month for 3 months to read each and every one, like, because I've been trying to read the single issues, I'm like, okay, like, it's a little bit different than having them all right here in this trade. Dude, this thing is, dude, this shit's fucking great, man. But then what they also got here is they've got the original transcripts from Robert E. Howard in here as well, so you can get in here and read just like if you were reading the book, the same story from all this stuff. So it's really cool. It's really cool. Then they got the second one, which is Red Nails, where he goes where he's out traveling and he comes across Valeria, and they go on some adventures, and yeah, dude, it's pretty cool, man. I'm telling you, this shit's pretty fucking legit. On Ablaze Comics, man. Really enjoyed this one. If you get a chance, I'm telling you, this is definitely, I would recommend it. I would recommend this one. I'd recommend this one. Like I said, it does get a bit wordy at times, but dude, it's some good shit, man. Some good shit. Some good shit. Red Raven 96, thank you so much for being here. It says, I'm finally about to start 3 Jokers. Oh man, dude, read Hotel first. Save 3 Jokers. Save 3 Jokers. Yeah. That looks impressive. Yeah, it is. It is. RC Scott says, I tried watching Conan the Destroyer a few years ago. It didn't age well. Yeah, no, you know what? But like, some of that kind of stuff is like classic stuff. Like, remember Beastmaster? I haven't watched that forever, but like, I think about the Beastmaster when I was growing up. Dude, I used to fucking love Beastmaster, man. The dude has 2 little ferrets and shit, and they went and helped him fucking kick ass, dude. I love that movie, man. Beastmaster was the shit. I need to buy that. I need to buy that movie. I need to buy that one. I need to get that one. Yeah. Comic show, that type of stuff. Comic show? What are you talking about? Comic show, that type of stuff. What? Red Raven says, reminds me of Berserk, Volume 1 of the manga. Oh, okay. I've never read it. Yeah, but I hear what you're saying, like with the art and shit like that. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I got you. And yeah, like I said, it's like the art, like they're not going. I don't know. To me, like I like the art to at least kind of like, can it help tell the story? It doesn't have to be like the best art, but I wanted to at least be able to feel it in the story and everything. And like through a lot of this, I was getting into it. I'm like, damn, like this is pretty good. This is pretty cool shit. I'm really enjoying this. So now I've got the first 3 issues of what is it? The People of the Black Circle, I think, which is going to be the first chapter in Volume 2, because Volume 2 will be coming out soon as well. Because right now they're doing the Cimmerian, the Frost Giant's Daughter, which is another 3-issue one. It's on issue number 2 right now, or I think that's getting ready to come out next week. And yeah, so I've already got that one as well. So yeah, good stuff, man. It's good stuff. It's great. It's great. But yeah, I need to go back and watch some of those. But you know what? Some of the other things I want to do, I want to go back and get some of those. I want to go back and get some, like, I need to go and order like some Blu-rays of like a Videodrome. And I seen Fanzine the other day. He had just got a collection of The Fly. So it had the original Vincent Price one, and then the Cronenberg one, and then even The Fly 2. I'm like, oh, dude, like I'm fucking jealous, dude, because like here's the thing, like for me, The Fly, like the original one, the old school one, like from the fucking like 50s or 60s, dude, that movie was like, to me, like when I was a kid, it was fucking scary, like it was fucking spooky, man, like legitimately. But like the Cronenberg one, like it was like kind of gory, but I loved it. It was like, ugh. But like the old school, the Vince Price, it legitimately, like, to me, was more horrific. Like I remember being like, holy shit, like that's like, I was like, no, man, like, you know, remember the little flies on their screen, like saying, help me, dude, like, I'm telling you, man, like, it's shit. And some of those movies like that, some of those older school, like, black and white movies and shit like that, I don't even think that one was black and white, or it may have been original, I can't remember. But some of those older school movies like that, they just seem to be so much better at a lot of that kinds of stuff. And it's obviously not because they had better technology or anything like that. And I think that's one of the reasons, like, I really liked that movie, A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night. That movie is fucking great. And it seems like it's shot like it's like film noir. Just good stuff, man. Fucking great stuff. And I'm not saying it's easy to do, but when you see somebody do something like that, they make it seem easy to do, right? I didn't see anything. I just heard Tracey say they do something that we never get to see. I forgot now. Who does something we never get to see? What? So, Highlander. I never really, you know, I know I've seen at least the first Highlander, but I don't remember. It was like when I was a kid and everything. I mean, I don't know. I know it's nerdy shit. I know I probably should check it out. It's got, what's his name in it, right? Christopher Lambert? I like Christopher Lambert, man. Yeah, I like Christopher Lambert. Beastmaster is the shiz. So is Tanya Roberts. Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I even like the Beastmaster TV show. You know, I remember they did a TV show. I don't necessarily remember it. I don't necessarily remember it. Yeah. Never watched it. Yeah, okay. I was gonna say I do remember they did a TV show though. Man, those orange sets of DBZ behind you on the DVDs is my favorite way they release the anime on. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Right there. Yeah. Oh, you're talking about the DVDs? Yeah. 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 You know what? You know what I like about them. I want to know what you like about them because the thing I like about them, Red Raven, is the fact that it's got the original. It's got the original Japanese audio. It's got the the American audio with the original Japanese music, and it's also got the American audio, the American dub with the American music as well. That's the one thing I like about it because it's basically got all three, like basically three different tracks there for you to listen to, and that's what I like. Because me, honestly, I like watching it now in Japanese and just watch subtitles. I love hearing the original audio, the original voices, and all that shit. I love it. That's how I like watching it. But it's been a while since I've watched it with the American audio and everything, and I think I need to put that on for my kids, especially my son. I think he would like it a little bit more that way, where they understand it. Because he can't read that fast as the subtitles on there, so I should probably do that for him. I think he'd like it a lot more. Definitely. Um, Oh God, the Fly 2 was terrible. Oh yeah, I don't remember the Fly 2. I'm pretty sure I seen it, but I don't remember it. And Cronenberg's Fly is superior to the real. Well, absolutely. I mean, like altogether, it's just a different kind of film. For I mean, a lot of obvious reasons, but like like the Vincent Price one when I was a kid, it actually scared me and shit. Like I'm like, oh God, like but the Cronenberg one, I was like, oh, this is fucking cool. So it's just it's a different movie. I mean, while they're both like, it's a different type of horror, I guess. Yeah, yeah. Cronenberg was incredible this season of Star Trek Discovery. Oh, Cronenberg. You put an M, not an N. Nin. Ninberg. Like James Tynan. Like James Tynan. Cronin. Mike Porter says, see you next week. I gotta go back to Jason's 24-hour stream. Alright, man. Take it easy, Mike Porter. Thank you so much for being here, man. Have a good one. We'll see you very soon, my brother. Have a great weekend. Red Raven says the menu music was great, and the way they did the audio for it. Yeah, okay, yeah. And you know what? The menu music is great too. You know what? I've got the full ones too. I'm not sure if you can see them all because like, well, like I've got the whole Dragon Ball series, as well as the Dragon Ball Z. I got the Dragon Ball GT series as well. And look. And I totally didn't buy this because I'm a completionist or anything, because look, it's still got the wrapping on it. I've had this thing for years. I've never watched it. That tell you how excited I was for that for GT. And then I've got all of the movies. I think I got all of them. Yeah. I got all the original DBZ movies in the steel cases as well. All these steel case versions. So yeah, I really liked all these steel cases. I wish they would have done. I almost wish they would have done those DVDs that way. But those little DVD sets back in the day, those damn things were expensive, man. Those damn things were expensive. And I got a couple of these other little Dragon Ball like little movies and everything, like Curse of the Blood Rubies or some shit. Just like they're all like a couple of them are like almost the same, and it's kind of like the same as some of the stuff that happened in the original Dragon Ball shit too, just like kind of edited a little bit different. At my corner, fuck Jason. Who's Jason? Oh, over at Polyhedral Paradise. Yeah. I can't watch DBZ anymore. I moved on to Attack Titan, Death Note, and Hellsing. Yeah, I need to check all of those out sometime. Absolutely. Random Brad Creator says, if you want to see Tanya Roberts sexy as hell, you gotta find an absolute classic movie called Hearts and Armor. It is on YouTube, full movie about knights fighting the Moors. I'll have to check that out. And yeah, that actually sounds like that might be worth checking out too. Lots of titties, bush, blood, guts, great, fun, B-grade movie. Absolutely. Sometimes those are the funnest ones. Sometimes though, those are sometimes the funnest ones. A great B-grade movie, man. Absolutely. On season 4 of Attack Titan. And what's Attack Titan come on? What streaming service is that on? I probably got it. Cause I got HBO Max through AT&T, so hey, that's cool, you know. Yeah, I remember when they put them out in steelbooks. Yeah, the steelbooks. And you know what's funny is I've got another DVD of ones that they were releasing of the original. They were calling like the original Dragon Ball, like the bloody version. And I got like the first DVD, and like there's only like one. I think there was only like one scene on the first disc. And it was, you know, only like 4 episodes. I think there was only like one scene that had some blood on it, and it was like, I'm not doing all that bullshit. I'm not even sure if they finished all of those sets, but they all came in like this red case, and one of the cases I got over there actually has I put some of the steelbooks in there from that case. In my opinion, GT and Super was meh. Yeah, I was gonna say I haven't watched any Super yet at all yet. Yeah, I haven't watched them at all yet. You know what's about to happen this Sunday? Oh, see, and Aaron and you know who? Oh man, see you're talking all that. Yeah, I haven't watched Attack on Titan. Funimation and Crunchyroll, I think for. Okay, yeah, Attack on Titan. All right. I don't read manga. Oh man. Do you even know how to read? Do you even know how to read, Landon? I'm kidding. You want to see a batshit crazy anime movie? Rotsuki Doji. Legend of the Over... Okay. How are you gonna have a name like that and then have Legend of the Overfiend as the fucking tagline on it? No. You gotta put that shit in Japanese all the way. You don't use Rotsuki Doji. Legend of... No, you don't do that shit. That's not how you do it. That's fucking Americanized bullshit. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I'm kidding. I definitely know that first name is Japanese as fuck though. I definitely know that. And it's an extremely rare movie. All right. Yeah. Free for Attack Titan. Oh, nice. All right. Cool. I knew he was gonna trip up on that. Yeah, it's and the thing is like. Japanese, like if you know how, like when you see like the names and stuff like that, it's very easy because like we're in America that you got all these like vowels have all these different fucking sounds. Like a U always sounds like ooh, an O is always O. You know, like it just like the way the sounds of the letters, it's like a lot fucking easier. You know, yeah. Rotsuki Doji. Aaron is about to return the favor for Ray. Landon, I was gonna say you don't have to worry about spoiling that shit for me because I'm not watching that shit. And by the time if I did, by the time I went to, I wouldn't remember a damn thing you were saying about it. Oh man, got them on DVD. Oh, nice. All right. Sweet. Sweet. Yeah. Good stuff. Absolutely. Man. What the hell? Uh-oh. Oh, aggressively relaxing. Just dropped a new video. Spam call review for Power Pack #1. Guys, make sure you go check that out. Let's. Oh, you know what? Here, let's do this. Let's do this. Maybe what we should do is maybe we should drop that link. Here. Maybe we should go. Maybe we should watch this video. Go check it out. Go check it out. I pinned it up there. I pinned it up there. Go check out his video. Don't read that. What? The one where the guy's having talk. Oh man, that's funny. Can't wait for one. Yeah, WandaVision's gonna be great. Red Raven 96. Did you watch my theory video that I did for WandaVision? I did a breakdown video just the other day on it. You might go check it out. I presented a theory that I'm like, dude, honestly, if this became true, I would fucking die, man. I'd be like, well, not literally, but like, dude, I would be like, yes, like, because like I have this theory that they're probably going to do like a Pleasant Hill thing in WandaVision within the confines of that. I got to be up in 6 hours for some overtime. Peace out. All right, man. Have a good one, RC Scott. Take it easy. Take it easy. But yeah, I'm hyped for WandaVision. I can't wait to see it. And here's the thing is a lot of people are finally coming around to this shit too. A lot of people are finally coming around. I'm like, dude, I'm fucking hyped for this. I don't see how like you could watch and like any of this shit and not be hyped for this fucking WandaVision. Like, come on. Like, we finally get to see fucking Scarlet. And that's the thing. I think that's the thing a lot of people are overlooking here too, is I don't think in any of the films we've seen her called Scarlet Witch. They've been promoting her as Scarlet Witch in some of the I think I seen some of the shit they promoted. They actually say, yeah, like Scarlet Witch. I'm like, dude, like they're fucking saying it, and like nobody's like making a deal of that. What? We've got all these agents that work for Sword living in this little town where Wanda's at, in this reality that she's creating, this TV show reality. Man, I'm telling you, it's gonna be fucking hype, man. It's gonna be fucking hype. Yeah. Go check it out, man. Because I mean, I went through there. I went through that one of the trailers that they had just released. What was it? The one New Era. I think is what it was called. But that was the one where they showed the that beekeeper getting out of the manhole, and he had the sword logo on the back. Now, here's the thing, though, is they could have just put that fucking sword logo on there for the trailer, and it's not even there. You know what I mean? In the TV show, it could actually be AIM. It could actually be AIM. But one of the things, and I should have spent a little more time maybe editing that video, or maybe made it a longer video, or maybe made some separate videos, because I'm wondering. Remember one? I'm not gonna give it all away. I'm not gonna give it all away. I gotta save some shit for some videos. But you know, that's the thing is I talk a lot about it shit on these live streams, and you know, unless you hear live form, a lot of people don't go through and watch a whole live stream to hear me talk about some WandaVision theory and hear me be a nerd and shit. You know, in a 90-minute live stream, you know, to hear me come up with a theory. So that's why I did that video, but I need to do more like that, more of those kinds of videos. Because I've actually got another one that I'm going to be working on soon as well. I was thinking about while I was out working today, and that's the Stark Sham Part 2. Stark Sham Revisited. And here in Canada next month we get the Star stuff soon on Disney Plus. So it seems like they're adding Legion and Hell. Oh, okay. All right. Wait. The Star stuff. Is that stuff where they're doing? Is that like the one that's like the rated R channel or whatever? Is that what that one is? The Star stuff? Is that what that is? Like the shows from? Is that the shows from the other streaming services? I don't know. I'm not for sure. But hey, man, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, like I said, I'm way too hyped for WandaVision. Like I said, part of it's because of these crazy harebrained theories that I have for the series, and if they become true. Okay, it is that. All right, nice, yeah, good deal, yeah. Mature content, yeah. Oh, mature content. Oh, I don't know that terminology. It just doesn't sound. I don't know. Yeah. You know what's funny is when I used to work at Walmart, I used to work down in Stevenson's Ranch, not too far away from here where I live now, but it's a higher kind of class area, and it's right off the freeway where I worked at and everything, and like there's a lot of people around there. Well, it's funny. I would see. I used to say that too. I'd be like I would see adult film stars in there. Like, oh, like somebody I was working with. Like, hey, who was that? Like, oh, that was this adult film star. I'm like, adult film star? Like, what movies they been in? I'm like, no, like an adult film star. I'm like, right. So what movies have they been in? Like I'm like. I doubt you kind of watch, and maybe I'm wrong making the assumption that they don't know. But I'm like, I kind of think that you don't know what kind of movies I'm talking about. I kind of don't think you watch those kind of movies. But I could completely be wrong, and maybe this lady was a freak and she did watch those movies. She might have known. She might have been like, "Yeah, motherfucker, tell me who they are so I can go get a signature." Shit. Because I used to come across a lot of adult film stars. I'm telling you, just like tricky terminology. But yeah, I used to have a lot of them come through there. When I mean, not that how would I have known? How would a 20-something-year-old kid know? All of these adult film stars were going through the store where he worked at. Yeah. It's like this guy I used to work. This guy I used to work with, too. He would like for Christmas. He also worked. Like I'm not sure that he necessarily worked there, but his friend. He always said his friend worked at this porn shop as well. And like I'm telling him, dude, you go to his fucking car, dude. Like he'd sit there and sell him some of the DVDs to some of the guys that work there. But dude, you go to his fucking trunk, dude. He'd pop that shit open, fucking loaded with fucking porn, with porn DVDs and shit. And dude, he used to, oh man, at Christmas time he'd fuck with people, dude. Like you think you're getting a good. He'd be like, "Oh, hey, you got this for you." You're like, "Oh, cool, it's a movie." You open it up, like, you want the movie he gave you. Trust me. Trust me, you didn't want the movie this motherfucker gave you. Fucking son of a bitch every time, man. Like, nah, man. The second year, man, I was like, nah, I don't, nah, it's cool. Thank you. You're like, come on, man. Like, oh, everybody was nice and took his shit anyway. I'm like, nah, dude. Nah, fuck all that. Son of a bitch. Try to trick me. Is that anyway? But yeah, guys, that's all. I guess we're gonna going to tonight, like I said, you know, I can't wait for WandaVision. I mean, this time next week, we're going to be talking about WandaVision once again. Probably on Friday mornings, we'll do a stream about that. Maybe Friday evenings. Who knows? Maybe on the weekends, we'll start doing some community streams and bringing people in, part of the that have been part of the community to talk about and nerd out about all of these things here about the WandaVision series. Any theories and speculation we have coming out of week one. It's, man, I'm telling you, I can't wait. And these weeks are gonna fly by too. I don't know. They're saying there's 6 weeks. They might be 9 episodes. However they do it, it's gonna fly by. Look at the Mandalorian episodes. There was 8 of those damn things. How quick did those 2 months fly by? Right? Next thing you know, Christmas was here. You didn't even know, did you? You completely forgot to go out and do your Christmas shopping because the Mandalorian. You're going to completely forget about your girlfriend because of WandaVision. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might as well just tell her right now, hey baby, I'm sorry, you know, and it's fucking okay, like, yeah. February 14th falls on a Sunday. You'd be like, baby, I'm gonna be watching it still. I'm gonna be watching it over and over. Like, she's probably gonna leave your ass. She gonna leave your ass. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, man. She might take you back the week after that, depending on if it's 6 weeks or not. But yeah, she gonna leave your ass, dude. Cause we all gonna be sitting there, you know. We're all gonna be sitting there watching that shit over and over, fucking rewinding it, zooming in on every little scene. Like, oh, what's this going on in the background? What's going on here? Trying to, dude, I'm telling you, like, I start to lose sleep when this shit happens. Like, if I wanted to start building a theory right now, just on some shit, like, and I go back and I start watching all the MCU movies, like, I get in there and I start watching every little thing, and like, and you know, every single movie that comes out, you kind of get a little bit more out of every movie. Like, ooh, what did they mean by that? You know, 2 years ago, that little line in that movie, it didn't mean nothing. But now you watch it, like, wait a second. Because I was sitting there thinking about the beekeepers, right? In the WandaVision series, and how the beekeepers have been synonymous with AIM in the comic books. Right? Well, I was watching Iron Man 3 just yesterday, and Aldrich Killian, who was part of AIM, was in there, and he said some very interesting things when he was there having that meeting with Pepper Potts, when he was showing her his brain, and he was talking about the technology and some of the stuff that he said there. I was like, ooh, because he said, one of the things he says, for years we were trying to dodge the president's regulations on illegal genetic experimentation or some shit like that. Like, it was almost like a throwaway line. You almost wouldn't even think about it, but I was starting to think like, oh, and then that's when he starts to get into extremis, and he was talking about, you know, the brain and tapping into the DNA, and that's the other thing, is he goes in and starts talking about that, starts tapping into, for one, he's talking about being blocked for years from doing this stuff from the by the president for illegal human experiment, you know, like inhumane, you know, all of that bullshit, right? He says that, and then you got to think of who he's been working with in his underground lab, and you got to think people like who? Maybe Dr. List, Baron von Strucker, the very people who had Loki's scepter after, you know, in before the Avengers movie. Or no, they had it after the Avengers because they had it going into Age of Ultron. Like, gee, I don't know. Who else could he have been working with doing some of those illegal experimentations with? Oh, AIM and Hydra working together? Who would have thought? Who would have thought? But some of the things that he was saying in that little conversation, I'm like, damn, man, like, is he talking about Inhumans? Is he talking about mutants? What's he talking about here? Because he's also talking about biotechnology. We got Mexican Iron Man. Thank you, my friend, with a $5 super chat says, hail, the great and entertaining Second Street Marvel. That is the most knowledgeable Trinity. Thank you so much, Mexican Iron Man. I appreciate that so much. Very generous. Mexican Iron Man been sent a couple of generous donations here over the past couple of days, man. I greatly appreciate that, man. Greatly appreciate that. But yeah, like I said, I was how long ago I said I was going to end the stream, but I'm sitting here because like I start nerding out on this stuff, and that's what I think about though, is because Aldrich Killian was sitting there talking about this stuff, and he was talking about essentially changing someone's DNA, putting in those things into their brain to kind of and that's where they were talking about the limbs, the extremis program, and all that stuff. And it's like, okay, like you're talking about regrowing limbs, but just like a few minutes ago, you're talking about changing DNA. You're talking about illegal experimentation that you were doing for what? What? So, we know he was head of AIM. And like I said, AIM. Hydra. Shield. Sword. It's all the same thing. It's all the same thing. And that's the thing, is because you sit there, and here's the other thing when you start thinking about AIM. And I was talking about this in that video I did as well, is Carson Mitchell. Carson Mitchell from the first Ant-Man movie. Now here's the thing, is AIM is kind of has a lot to do with Ant-Man and Wasp as well. But you're sitting there and you got them like mentioning this stuff, like you see Carson Mitchell ended up making away with some of that cross serum that was like the Pym particle. Remember that Cross made? It was essentially the same thing as the Pym particle. It did the same shit. Carson Mitchell made off with that. If you don't remember who Carson Mitchell is, he was the guy that ended up, he was working for S.H.I.E.L.D. at the time, who ended up leaving, and he went and he was working with people that worked with the 10 Rings. Now, you go into Ant-Man 2, and you had Sonny Birch, who was working for the Benefactor. And he was after quantum technology, right? This Benefactor was after quantum technology. So let's say the Benefactor is AIM. Okay? Let's say the Benefactor is AIM. And let's say that AIM ends up, maybe AIM gets up, maybe current, Secretary Ross needs somebody, their government branch, their arm of the state. They need a new organization since S.H.I.E.L.D. is no more. Enter Sword. But maybe through Sword, maybe all he did was took and appropriated and brought in AIM as that replacement to and basically rebranded them as Sword. And maybe other people, they don't necessarily know that. Just some of the things I'm thinking about here, because in the trailer we seen how Wanda, she went and grabbed that little, remember she went and grabbed that little helicopter? Maybe that helicopter was actually a surveillance drone that they had, and maybe it was actually a real helicopter that they shrunk down with that cross particle that they made, because maybe Carson Mitchell took that shit and they were able to make more of it. I don't know, just saying. Yeah, I started listening to Second Street older videos when I was in Kaiser Rehab because I was passionate and knowledge of this stuff. Yeah, I try my best on a lot of this stuff, and the thing is, like, I won't I don't want to pretend to know shit I don't know about, because there've been times people come in here and they're talking about some other nerdy comic shit. I'm like, I have no clue, but please let me know, because I need to know. And that's the cool thing about with the comic book community here on YouTube as well. Because a lot of the nerds who are really, just, like a lot of the guys you get on there, in the comic communities that really love these books and have been following like the X-Men for a long time or Spider-Man for a long time. They come into some of the videos when I'm doing some of those videos, and I'm like, I have no clue. They're like, oh, you know, like this and that. They'll talk about this storyline. It's referring to this or that, or they bring up some shit. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that, you know, and like they drop their knowledge. I'm like, oh, dude, thank you. So it gives you something else to like go out and read about and shit like that. And that's a sad thing because, you know, because there's some people out there who they're just fucking know-it-alls and they'll act like they know it all because they gotta know it all, right? And they miss out on all of that. You know what I mean? And that's what I like, because there's a couple of people who have come in here when I do a lot of like the X-Men videos who put in like a lot of great comments and shit, and I'm like, oh man, like I have no clue, like fucking thank you, you know, you give me other shit to go read and look up and all that stuff. Speaking of which, like I was showing you guys those stack of comics, these trades paperbacks that I was buying. You know, more and more lately, I've been feeling like trade paperbacks are the way to go, man. Now, on my indie comic books, I can't stop pulling those single issues, but they're just a better value, right? They're a better value. And I think that's something that we're all starting to think about and look at more these days, is the value for your dollar. When it comes to spending your money, you know, supporting the things that you enjoy. Are they worth what you're paying for them? Are they worth it to you? And that's something that we're going to be exploring a little bit more here on the channel. Not only with these comic books, but because what I really started to think about this was with a lot of the crowd-funded comic books that I've done. I've done several different crowd-funded comic books, and we're going to dive into those because I think one thing that is a lot of people have a lot of questions and are still skeptical about crowdfunding comic books. And, you know, I by all means get that, because you've heard all these horror stories about writers going out there, they get their books funded, and then they never deliver. They don't deliver the books. They never get them out. Or just other horror stories out there. And some campaigns, they're expensive, you know, and is it worth your money? What campaigns, what creators can you look to that you want to back, so you're not risking your money, or what ones have that value? I've got several different books that we're going to start going through and here on the channel, and that's what we're going to be doing, is focusing on that. And that's all being made possible due to the Myrtle Maniacs, which is the channel members here on the channel. We're going to be going through and doing that, and through these videos and showing the value on these things. Now, they're not going to be videos made to necessarily criticize these creators and say your comic book sucks or anything like that. We're going to show off the book. We're going to talk about the book. We're going to review the book. We're going to do all the same things that we would do for a normal comic book. Now, a lot of the crowdfunding campaigns, once those campaigns are over, they're pretty much over, and you might be able to get the books in an on-demand store a lot of times. So it's not really necessarily a thing that we always have to worry about spoiling a book, because sometimes you might not be able to get it later anyway, until maybe a later campaign or a trade paperback, if they do something like that. But we're going to go through and we're going to break some of those down. But it's more about showing you the book and what you're getting when you get the book, and if it's worth the money. Because by all means, when it comes to crowdfunding comic books, a lot of the times you are going there to support a small indie creator, and there are some campaigns that are definitely more worth your dollar than there are for others. Now, some people are starting out. We're going to take a look at that as well. We got plenty of first-time creators, indie creators, that we are going to look at some of their books. I've got at least, I think, 3 of them that are first-time creators. When I haven't got them in yet, that we're going to look at their books and see how they are, and look at the value on those books, as well as these other campaigns. I've got some coming in. I got one in recently from Tim Lim, the guys over at Iconic Comics. I guess that's their imprint. I've also got one coming in from the gold standard of crowd-funded comics, from what I've heard, from Brian Pulido, that's going to be coming in soon as well. I've actually got another one that's going to not be coming out for a while, of some other creators out there. God, who's it? I think it's Kyle Higgins. I know Tamara Bonnevillen's on the book too. I can't remember who the artist is on the book, but it was also done in collaboration with Lance Briggs, who used to be the middle or the outside linebacker for the Chicago Bears. He wasn't the middle; that was Urlacher. But so that's kind of what drew me to that one. And they're more, the people who are working on that project are more in the mainstream comic book industry. So I want to see how that compares. That book, say, compares to something from Splato Comics, maybe something from Zaid Comics, or maybe something from, I don't know which gate. There's a couple of those gates comics. We're going to look into those and show some of the value. And like I said, a lot of that is going to be brought to you by the channel members here on the channel, the Myrtle Maniacs. If you want to support the channel with as little as $3.99 a month, we would greatly appreciate that. Become a channel member, and you can help. When you do that, you are helping crowdfund comics. So, let's see. Sauce. Yeah. Nice. All right, man. Thank you. Thank you. Red Raven 96 says, how do you think they will do X-Men in the MCU when they will do it? You know what? X-Men is going to be just like the Avengers was. It's going to be an event movie. Like, X-Men will be a movie. I think what's going to happen, and I think it's probably going to happen here in WandaVision, as a matter of fact, is they're going to start putting mutants in and introducing mutants into the MCU, individual mutants in series and stuff like that. They're going to introduce all the individual mutants, and then they will do a bigger X-Men movie, just like they did with the Avengers. I think they're going to do something like that, for the most part. Now, I thought I heard a rumor the other day where they were talking about they wanted to, and I'm not sure if that was from like some fake leaks, I can't remember, but they were wanting to do like a full-on like Wolverine series and build it up and everything and really put into that. I'm like, I'm not sure if those were from a report that was true or not, but who knows? I didn't look into it that much because I was out working. I was just listening in on a stream and everything, and I can't remember. I wasn't listening. Didn't catch some of it, but yeah, I honestly think it's going to be sprinkled in through a lot of the series, and then I think through the series we might get some of the bigger characters introduced, kind of like we're getting Moon Knight and Ms. Marvel and Falcon and Winter. I think we'll probably get some of that stuff, and then it's going to be in a full-on X-Men movie. Like I said, and who knows, maybe some of the characters actually get individual films as well for something like that. And Mexican Iron Man just became a member. Thank you so much, brother. I greatly appreciate that. I appreciate the support, man. So I seriously appreciate it. And that's one of the things I want to do is try to grow the membership here so we can back more and more of these crowdfunded projects. But yeah, I think that's how they're going to do it with the mutants. Is they're going to introduce them, just kind of sprinkle them in, and then we're going to get that bigger X-Men movie at the very end. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. I'm looking forward to it. I know there's some people out there kind of turned off by the MCU and everything, and and I get it. So, and some people, maybe they're getting superhero fatigue. All I know is I'm not losing any hyper enthusiasm for it. Even with remember like a couple of years ago, people were talking about burnout. Is it superhero burnout? I'm telling you, man. I don't see it, especially with the 2020 or 2021 we're getting this year. It's going to be great. Yes, and yeah. Hail again, Mexican Iron Man. Absolutely, man. I greatly appreciate it. You know what, Mexican Iron Man? You're certainly better than that Tony Stark Iron Man, that's for sure. Because that Tony Stark Iron Man, he's a sham. I can't wait. I can't wait. I need to start writing a script for that new video, going over the Stark sham again. I got a second video for doing the Stark sham part 2. Because there's a little bit more to add to the list of things that we've got so far. If it's slowly build up like the Avengers, I'm all for it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, get in there and introduce a few of the characters, get you really engaged with them before they do all that. Now, the thing that's interesting about the mutants, and that's why I think they're going to introduce all the mutants separately, is because I think like when it comes to the mutants, you've got the Professor Xavier, you got the X-Men basically, and you've got the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, right? And the interesting thing here is like, it's very interesting because when it comes to one thing I've said a lot with the bad guys and the good guys is it's really a matter of perspective to what's bad and good. A lot of times the bad guys, even Magneto, end up doing good things at times. They work with the X-Men at times. It really just kind of depends what's going on. And the thing is like usually the biggest difference between the good guys and the bad guys is the things that they're willing to justify to meet their end, right? They're willing to justify more heinous things, do more horrific things, and that's ultimately the big thing there. So I think what they're going to do is they will probably, I'm just guessing, I mean, maybe it's kind of what they did in First Class, though, is they're going to introduce different mutants and actually get you to care for all of these different mutants and care for Mystique and care for Kitty Pryde and just all these that they're going to get you to care for them. And then by the time maybe in the X-Men film, maybe that's what it is where that's where the Clash is coming together for basically the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. I doubt they'll call him that, but basically Magneto and Professor Xavier and those warring factions. Maybe that will be the X-Men movie is when that actually happens. So I don't know. That'd be interesting. Just thinking about it, just off the top of my head. How they would do that because then you get people engaged into those villains as well, because you know with the mutants there's plenty of villains out there who are just like Loki who make you want to really enjoy those characters, you know. So I think it's going to be very interesting. I can't wait for it, man. But yeah, I think it's going to be a slow build up. But anyway, guys, thank you all so much for being here today on the Trailer Park Live. You all have a very good night. Myrtle Maniacs, we'll probably do get together and do a live stream this weekend, and look forward to doing some of the streams as well as we get into WandaVision. We'll invite some of you in. We'll have some community streams and things like that. It's going to be a whole lot of fun over the next handful of weeks, and then even going into Falcon and Winter Soldier. Man, it sounds like I'm almost exhausted from it already. But you all have a good day. Have a great rest of your night, I guess, depending on where you are. And we'll see you in the next video. Later.